I don't. Hey, do you guys know? I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. This is really stupid. What if I got in the back? That could be something. Could that be something? I don't know. Who's texting me? Okay. Maybe. It's hot. It's just really hot. It's hot in here, okay? Am I doing this so I can show you how cool I am because I have 2 tattoo sleeves? Maybe. But if I didn't do this, you wouldn't think I was cool. So, that's why I'm doing this. Ah! Fuck! It's hot as tit! And I'm in the Trader Joe's parking lot. Now I'm overstimulated. And I'm driving my mom. First world problems. I know. I get it. I'm self-aware that I am privileged. Okay? I still have the right to bitch and moan. I can bitch and moan. But I know that I have to bitch. I just don't know what to do about any of this. It's like driving me up a fucking wall. I just don't think this is working. I think I'm just gonna have to repark. Ugh. It's terrible. It's the hard knock life. I'm sorry that this is getting kind of... We're starting off on a rough foot here, you know? I'm not super excited about the way we started this either. I don't think I'm putting my best foot forward. In fact, I think I'm putting one of my worstest ones forward. But I see a little really kind of ghetto corner over here. I'm in the Trader Joe's parking lot. My God, I'm insufferable. Oh, Lord. And, I think this might be better. What do you guys think? I think this is better. And then once I can turn on the AC in this bitch, we'll have ourselves Christmas. Okay, so air. Yes. Yes. Flow. Airflow. Airflow anybody? Airflow anybody? Okay. I do kind of like this angle to me. It's like silly. I look like I have no hair. I have hair, I promise. Not that it matters. Yeah. This? I hate it, though. So maybe not. This. But still hate it, though. This. Ooh. Sure. Why not? Hi. I wanted to talk to you about, it's been a minute. It's been a minute for sure. I am titling this video, Crisis Averted, Pullout Game Strong. Wow, narcissist alert, I am cackling at myself, Jesus Christ. Here's the thing. I've been having a bit of a moment. And, it's finally subsiding. And, I wanted to talk about it. Wah! The air conditioning is not on! What the fuck, dude? This is hot air. This is hot air that is blowing out at this point. This air is hot air. This is hot. This is a hot air balloon. Ugh. No. No, bitch. No. Stop. How the fuck does one turn on the air? I'm pissed. Let me figure out the air, then we'll talk. Earth, wind, fire. Long ago, the 4 nations... Please tell me you bitches have seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. I swear. I swear to God. I swear to God. Look at my mom's dorky glasses. Anyway. Just kidding, Mom. They're super cool. Me referring to my script. Oh, yeah. Okay, hi. I'm the one that has to edit all these videos. I mean, who else? Who else is gonna do it, right? Yeah, no. I'm the one that has to wipe her ass, edit all her videos. Anyway, sorry that she bitches a lot. It's kind of annoying. I'm not stoked about it either, but just try to look past that and enjoy the video. I love these Edna glasses. They are so cunt. Okay, because my brain is so fucking large, I figured it out. I am truly so sorry that this is how this started. I didn't want it to start this way either, but let me try again. Hi! How's it going? I hope that you got your air conditioning working. God, now I'm being weird. I don't know why I'm being weird. I wanted to talk about healing. Oh, whoa! Ella, no one's ever done that before. I know. I'm super original. It's cool. It's awesome. A white middle-aged, a white teenaged, a white 21-year-old girl getting on YouTube and talking about healing? Whoa! Consider your brain probably not blown, because we all like to think that we were special and that we're doing something. So, just know, I'm no different. I'm just self-aware. Pat me on the back, please. Yes, thank you. I think a little bit of context is something that you're probably looking for. So, before we get into it, I want to start this off with a word of the day. Feel free to comment your word of the... Wow, there's so much going on right now. This is so cool. But anyway, feel free to comment your word of the day down below. Or don't. It's really no skin off my tits. Just the word tits kind of makes me laugh. But, my word of the day is lackadaisical. Try using it in a sentence. Try spelling lackadaisical. L-A, I don't know. But today I'm feeling oh so lackadaisical. I'm pretty sure it means lazy, but I can't be too sure, you know? So, lackadaisical it is. And now I'm too cold. Wow! I'm so dramatic. And I could put my jacket back on, but I did decide to come to Trader Joe's today because I want to hunt for gay people. But that's not the point. The point is, I got myself out of another cycle and another depression. Woo! I also recently embarked on a spiritual journey. And I know that that's going to turn a lot of you fuckers off. Some people are going to be like, oh my god, like, she's just a stupid spiritual white girl. So true. But I'm not disagreeing with you. I actually, stupid spiritual white girl. But I had an experience recently, and it was a very sacred plant medicine. I'm gonna call it that, because it is medicine. And I went into it really underestimating the process of it, and that's on me. That's my bad. Don't worry, I got humbled pretty quick. And I was put into, like, leading up to it, the medicine already started working for me before the actual ceremony even started. And, by the way, as far as plant medicine goes, I'm a huge advocate for it. I don't want to get too in detail about it because I want to respect the practice. And I want to respect myself and my own experience with it. But I am going to tell you bits and pieces that I think that maybe you can pull from my experience into your own, that maybe you can integrate, that maybe can help you. Because at the end of the day, human beings, we want to help other human beings. That's just the way that we are. We're a bunch of little helpers, and sometimes we don't really know the right way of going about that. This feels like a good way of going about it. And if it's an excuse for me to run my mouth, then I'm all for it. But, so the plant medicine took me to the depths of my own personal hell. And it made me realize that I have access to my own hell whenever I want. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow, so a lot of us don't swallow it. The fact that we are, in fact, in control, a lot more in control of this whole song and dance, life, death thing than we like to give ourselves credit for. I make a choice on whether or not I want to go into my own hell. And I'm saying hell, and my version of hell is letting my mental health issues run me and take me down really dark, horrible, awful thought patterns and rabbit holes that are really, 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 really fucking scary. And, or at least I labeled them as such. And It took me to the depths of the depths, deeper than I've ever been. I actually ended up having an existential crisis, multiple panic attacks, threw up a lot, sobbed in a very deep way, and just kind of felt the capacity of everything that is shit in this human experience to the nines. Like, every fucking thing I felt in every fucking fiber of my bones and everything in between. And I did not. And I've been in places like that before, as we all have. And this was one of those times where I was really like, no, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I don't want to do this. I want to unalive myself and, or do something that hurts myself so I can feel a little bit more control and stability in this shit show. And again, I'm saying everything in parentheses because I realize how toxic my labels are and how harmful that they are, or how harmful they can be. So, yeah, I was taken to my own personal purgatory. And I didn't realize the big role that I was playing in that I was taking myself there, too. Like, I don't know if this is going to make sense. I think this is only going to resonate with, like, a certain number of people. That's fine. This is not supposed to resonate with everybody. And it's just now that I'm realizing, because an intention that I set with this practice was to help alleviate some of my anxiety and some of my depression and OCD and ADHD and just things that I deal with on a regular basis. It's a mess up here. I'm good at hiding it, which is not a flex, by the way. I think I got a little bit of an ego stroke being like, I'm so good at hiding my pain and sorrow. Why the fuck is that? Why are you happy about that? Why are you excited about that? That's not a good thing. Like, why are you doing that? That is continuing to perpetuate your own misery and your own hell. It doesn't have to be this way. And, so it took me to the depths of there, and, like, again, old thought patterns. By the way, trigger warning, we talk about, oh God, I don't even know how do I give a trigger warning without giving away what I'm talking about without triggering you? Oh my God, this is kind of a lot. This is a lot of pressure. But I have to be the hero of the story and, like, get a lot of praise and props because I put a trigger warning. So, we talk about, is doing the motion worse? Let's see. Maybe if I'm not the one that says it, it's not gonna be so bad. Here we go. Let's make sure it's all the way up. Oh, it's on Apple CarPlay. Cool. Let's see how this goes. We talk about
self.
No, wait. It didn't work.
Self-harm.
Why is it not working? Are you guys getting this?
Self-harm.
Cool. Look at me sparing you. I'm so cool. And, because I used to self-harm, trigger warning, done and done, babe, and it was done in such an efficient way, too. She'll put a trigger warning, that other little one that edits these. Blow a kiss, babe. Ugh, cherish you. I noticed that you're being nicer to me now. Yeah, well, I'm starting to realize you aren't so bad after all. The ceremony helped me, too, trust me. Yeah, I know. That sure did a lot for us, huh? But yeah, I used to have a big problem with self-harm. I would love to just... This is kind of fucked up, but I'm gonna laugh. I used to love to tic-tac-toe myself, bitch. Like... Oh, I would love to just do a little bit of artwork on my body. This is not... I'm only laughing because I used to do this, okay? It's actually really fucked up, and if you need help with this, just know that, first of all, you're not wrong for this. This is your way of gaining control or gaining feeling back into your body. You think this is you trying to help yourself. It's not helping, and once you realize it's not helping, then you can go get some better help. This is not a promotion for better help. But I just want you to know that you need to ease up on yourself and stop labeling it as bad, because it's literally just you trying to help yourself. And that's really tender and really sweet, and you deserve to give yourself grace through that process. But like I said, as someone who's done it firsthand, baby girl, baby boy, baby they, them, it does not go. It doesn't work. And there's other ways. And you'll figure that out in due time. But be gentle. Be gentle, because being hard on yourself does not fix the problem. If being hard on yourself was the answer, you would not still be in this much pain. If being hard on yourself was the answer, you would be living a different life. If being hard on yourself was the answer, you still would not be, like I said, like, it would have worked by now. How about that? So a lot of that came up for me, and I was just like, God damn it. And like, also a lot of thoughts of myself, struggle with that too. And it all came up. All of it. Oh, all of it did. Yeah, no. And I was just like, what the actual fuck is this? Fuck this. I'm not doing, no. I'm not doing this. And I don't tell people this part of myself because I'm quite ashamed and quite embarrassed of it. But it's because I'm realizing that I am making a choice to make it shameful and embarrassing. That's not my fault. Like, the way that the world is, we're slowly working through this, which I think is cool, but it is set up to make you feel weird about yourself and feel like there's constantly something wrong with you. When in reality, there's literally never been anything wrong with you ever. And you turning to these things that are harmful, whether it's drugs, alcohol, substances, self-harm, suicidal thoughts, all the whole kit and caboodle, any of the above, or maybe it's all of the above. Like, I get that. It's not on you. It's not. It never could be. Like, this life it's hard a lot of the time. And, we're all just looking for a little bit of comfort, and a little bit of something to quite literally take the edge off, or at least something to make us feel something, in a way that we can kind of run from everything. And, it works until it doesn't, and you're on your own journey. You're going to figure it out for yourself. I'm figuring it out, slowly but surely, but the entire time while this was going on, I was sitting and thinking to myself, fucking, why is this happening? Why is this presenting itself to me? I never wanted to look at this. I just wanted to, which is exactly why it presented itself. I never wanted to look at this. Like, I just wanted to continue on and not even think about those parts of myself, and think about that sometimes my brain goes there, and when things get really hard, that's kind of where my thought patterns go, because I can manage it, and I can just push it aside, and I can control it. And me trying to do all of that, I'm realizing, was actually me giving it more power. Me giving all of these things that I labeled as super bad or super wrong or super this or super that or super shameful, super embarrassing, the labels of it all. That was me giving it more power, and trying to not look at it, again, it made it all come out. And so in looking at it and actually verbalizing it and talking about it, that is how I got myself out of hell. In realizing that it's like, oh, no, this is actually okay. Like, this, I'm not going to demonize these thoughts, and I'm not going to demonize. Also, I think it's worth noting that I'm getting proper help for all of this. I am very lucky that I have access to help. Everyone be zen. Everyone be cool. Everyone be chill. But realizing that I'm like, okay, I am the one, again, that's making myself spiral. No one else is in my reality and in my experience, and I am choosing to make myself suffer by continuously letting these thoughts run rampant and having this vicious, awful cat and mouse chase game that I love to play with myself that's like, oh, these thoughts are coming up again, run away! Instead of looking at them fucking head on and being like, okay, hi, you're here, what's up? What's up? and verbalizing it. Like, God forbid we verbalize it and get it out there and let it out and just get it out there instead of letting it eat away at you. Because again, I always had this idea that I'm like, oh, my anxiety and depression and my mental stuff is so bad. It's not. It's not bad. Like, it's just it. And it's so interesting because once you start to verbalize it, you realize how intense you're making this whole thing and how it doesn't have to be. And I know a lot of people are going to give me a lot of shit and be like, it is not a choice. And I agree, like, you're not choosing what happens to you, but you're choosing how to navigate it every single moment and every single day. And I'm also not yelling at you if you are choosing to navigate it in a way that's not cohesive and healthy in the long run right now, because I get it, I've been there. Oh, I'll probably be there again one day. Ugh. But I am telling you that you have a lot more control over your mind and your vessel than you give yourself credit for. And it kind of drives me nuts that people all walk around with this victim mentality, when in reality, they could switch the mentality, and I know it's not an overnight switch, but the mentality to realize how fucking powerful they actually are and how much, like I said, control they actually do have. And a lot of people are going to say like, oh, well, this world's out of control. Like, I don't have control over much. And I agree. Like, there's a ton out of our control, which is a really also hard pill to swallow. I had to grieve and mourn this world that I once knew as a child too, growing up, and look at it for what it really is and accept the way that it really is. But I will talk about that in a second too, because I actually have a newfound appreciation for that too. But yeah, I was so confused as to why this ceremony was showing me these awful, intense, horrible parts of myself, when in reality, it was just showing me my shadow self, and it was doing it to help me. Because if I would have kept, let's say I never did this, and I would have kept running from myself and running from myself and running from these thoughts and being like, oh no, I'm having another thought, this is really bad, and then perpetuating that bad thought and then going into an even worse place and spiraling down the rabbit hole, down into the abyss until, boom, you eventually hit the void. The inevitable void! Ooh, who loves the void? Not me. How many times am I gonna go there? Hopefully not as many anymore. But it is making the subconscious conscious and realizing like, okay, these are parts of me. These are not all of me. And these are going to continue to be parts of me. I can't destroy them or get rid of them, but I can nurture them and be a little more chill about it and not be so fucking weird and embarrassed about it. Like, I finally started telling my therapist more stuff, and I finally opened up to my friends and family about how badly I struggle mentally. And it also just helped me. It's helping me get oh so present with myself and with the present. And not just the present, everything that it all embodies, it all being life, the experience of it as a whole. And it's given me such appreciation for that. And I also, in this time, I realized that I lost someone very, very close to me. This someone was the very first somebody who got me out of my very first dark place where I was contemplating like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Yeah, that type shit like we talked about earlier. She was the one that got me out of that the first time, and she died. So naturally, a lot of the work that I had done to fix myself had presented itself again. And again, instead of looking at it and being like, okay, like this is a part of me that's going to continue to come up when I'm in pain, how can I address this in a different way? Of course, I freaked out and tried to push it back down. And be like, oh no, it's happening again. Sound the alarms. I'm a fucking mess. I'm a fucking shit show. I'm weird and I'm bad and and all the things. I sounded all the alarms instead of being like, oh, actually this makes a whole lot of sense, like why this is happening. And I started reaching out for help again, but I felt really weird and guilty about getting help, which I think a lot of us have that, where we think that we're kind of bad or weird for always needing help. At least I label that. I'm like, oh my God, like I need help again. Cool. Fuck. What's wrong with me? You weren't supposed to have it all figured out. You never were. And you also were always allowed to ask for help. You're the one that's choosing to not get it. Again, like help is always available. I know that sounds silly and weird, but like this life and these people that you live with and reside with on this earth like to help. We just do. And I realized that, going back to everything I was saying, I realized that this hand that I'd held for so long, this person that I'd lost that brought me, back into a little bit of a sweeter way to approach this whole thing. Since she died, I kind of thought that all of that had to die with her. Die. That's another topic. I kind of thought all of that was like, well, then all of that's dead too. Turns out I was the one that let go of her hand. She might have died, and, her physical body might not have been here, whatever. But, like, her hand always will be extended. And her teachings and her way of being and the thing that got me out of my rut and horrible place in the first place will always be there. I'm the one that chose to let go of her hand temporarily. And I don't blame myself for that, because I think it makes a lot of sense, and it gets really easy to get lost in this whole thing that we're doing. And it gets really easy, especially in this day and age, to go to places that are probably best left unexplored, to say the least. But the good news is, when it comes to life and death and healing and everything and all of it, you can choose where you go. And you can choose to grab that hand again. It's always there. I'm using the hand analogy. It's always there if you want it, with whatever that looks like for you, because everyone's healing journey looks different. Everyone needs different things at different times. You know better than anybody what you need specifically, and you know what your hand is, and you know whether or not you're choosing to grab it or not. And it's a lot easier, I think, to not grab it. It's a lot easier a lot of the time to go somewhere that's hurtful instead of helpful, because for some reason getting help is actually one of the hardest things ever, and letting yourself be helped and heal is not a easy process a lot of the time. And it sucks to say, but healing is work. I never said hard work, but it's work, and it's taxing a lot of the time, and you're gonna fuck up, and you're gonna revert back, and you're gonna want to let go of that hand a lot of the time. But you always get the choice of holding it again. It's always there. Like, I promise to God, it's not going anywhere, no matter what time period you're living in, no matter how fucked up you think the world might be. Like, it doesn't matter. It's there for you if you would like it or not. And it is one of those things that you kind of just have to go through for yourself. But I just wanted to make this to remind you that your own thoughts are much, much scarier a lot of the time than actual reality is. And actual life is. And there is nothing scarier than the human imagination. And I want that to be made very clear as well. Because our thoughts can get very terrifying and very scary. And especially if you label and judge those thoughts as such. But then on the other side of things, there's nothing more beautiful than the human imagination, and you can easily choose to focus and shift your focus on other things in this life, because the great part about it is, with all of that fucked up shit show of it all, there's a whole other side of things too that very much is real and very much exists. Both exist. And another thing, this is the last thing I'm going to say because this is getting long and I want to go look for my gays. But another thing that I did want to kind of say is that something else that the ceremony showed me was that nothing is really personal. Everything is doing what it's doing. And it's not anything. Like, it's not good nor bad. These are just the labels we assign to it. It's having a lot of fun with itself. I say it, whatever you conceptualize it to be, just that can be it for you. It's mysterious, and also everyone always is wondering, like, why bad, fucked up shit is always going on in this world, and God, this world is such a shit show that we live in, like, all of these things. And I'm like, to that I say, yeah, but you're failing to see the rest of it, because don't you think that if it didn't love all of it, yes, when I say all of it, yep, I mean all of it, it would not exist. It would not exist. You don't have to fixate on all of the stuff that is horrible and dark and terrible, but just know that it loves all of it. The light, the dark, all of it fits. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist, you know? And you always have a choice to go somewhere else. Do not underestimate yourself and how fucking powerful this is. Even though it feels like it's controlling you, you can choose to be the observer and control it. So with that being said, yeah, this used to be like a constant uphill battle for me, and I'm realizing that I'm like, I was the one that was making it that way. It doesn't have to be. It can be sweet and tender. I just need to be very aware of where I'm going, and if I'm dragging myself into a hellish part of things again, just be like, oh, whoa, okay, wow, hi, scary, awful part of me. Hey, girl, give her a little forehead kiss, maybe smack her ass a little bit and be like, you good, we cool, we're chilling, dap her up, and then move on. It is that simple. Easy? No, but that's simple. Yes. So anyways, thanks for watching, Sleazeball. I appreciate you, and yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more stuff that comes out and comes up for me, and I want to say it because I also am a firm believer that we're all much more alike than we are different. And if we could just put our differences aside, it makes me want to throw up, but I do believe that. And so naturally, of course, I want to try to play my part during my short time here and do it in a way that I think ties in a little bit of lightness to darkness. Watch them fucking do their little weird dance, and in a humorous way. I feel very drawn and called to do that. So, yeah! I was also wondering if the ceremony was going to be like, you should stop doing this whole YouTube thing, but if anything, it was more like, no, you should keep doing this. Like, you're having fun. And I'm like, okay. Like, whatever. So, yeah. I'm grateful for you, little bitch asses, for watching, and I know this sounds cliche and sometimes you can't feel it and it doesn't resonate, but I truly want you to know that I love you. You're doing great. And I think that you should realize that and see that for yourself, because no one else can, and you should see that this is really difficult sometimes, but you're still here watching, and you're still here, and that is not nothing. What it is, I don't know, but it's certainly not nothing. So, yeah, just some food for thought. Bye, babe. Bye, baby gorgeous. Talk soon, okay? Stay gold, pony boy! I suck so bad at outros. I get so scared and nervous. Okay, bye. Alright, cool. Flamio, Hotman! I love Avatar The Last Airbender. So I'm at this park right now, and I'm gonna go walk around, I think, aimlessly. People often ask, Ella, how do you get your exercise? No one asked this, just fucking play along. Oh my god, you cracked the code. No one's asked me this ever. Wow. Wow, you're so smart. Ella, how do you get your exercise? Oh, just anxiously pacing and throwing up in my mouth. How do you get your exercise? CrossFit? Figures. Anyway, I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helped you. If it didn't, hopefully you can go somewhere else and it will help you. But if it did, you should stick around, stay a while, huh? I'll kiss you. Bye. There's literally no reason to be anxious, girl, because literally notice how the world is not collapsing in on itself and there's no asteroid. And things are not being destroyed in front of your very eyes. So, period.